Each time I bring down a strong foe or protect someone from danger, I feel a sense of accomplishment. So while I wouldn't say I enjoy it, I suppose it does brighten my day a bit. And yet, the moment that happens, I feel so guilty. After what I've done, I don't have the right to be happy.
What's up everyone, I'm Dan and thanks to Binary Haze Interactive for providing the review code for this one today. Let's talk about Redemption Reapers for the Nintendo Switch. Descending suddenly on the world, the macabre Mort army destroy nation after nation, leaving humanity decimated in the wake of their overwhelming terror and might. Amid the despair, a small, localized contingent crosses swords with the Mort, the Ashen Hawk Brigade. A cunning band that specializes in surprise attacks, they were once known as the Faithless Reapers and despised by the masses. Little did the public know that their very unit was about to become the only hope in resisting the Mort. So, Redemption Reapers is a dark fantasy simulation game set in a medieval world. With despair looming as the menacing Mort horde marches ever closer, help your small resistance defeat the enemy masses by bringing together a rich variety of character builds and a meticulous strategy. This is a turn-based strategy game where you'll have to move your characters around a battlefield, placing them in advantageous spots and take out the enemies one by one. If you're familiar with games like Fire Emblem, then you'll feel right at home with Redemption Reapers, albeit this one is perhaps a bit more accessible and the combat system doesn't go quite as deep as Fire Emblem's. Throughout your playtime, you'll get to know a small but elite force of 5 and figure out how best to utilize each member's unique skills. Carefully manage limited resources, including weapons and recovery items, with an eye on the demands of an impending battles. You'll have various means of strengthening your members at your disposal, including fusing and upgrading items, as well as swapping out equipped accessories. Coordinate attacks between members who share the same attack range to join forces and take down powerful opponents. The visuals are fine during the gameplay, and you'll find yourself in crumbling ruins of abandoned buildings to towns and castles. It can be a little blurry in terms of textures on the environments and characters, but it's not so bad as to distract from the gameplay. You'll be asked at the start of the game to change the level of brightness, however I would say to leave this as it is, as making it darker just means everything has a thick shadow around them that doesn't look very appealing. The story is told through cutscenes and character panel conversations that pop up during the start of missions, all of which are fully voiced, which was a welcome surprise. The voices do sometimes fall flat, but I preferred having them than not at all, and it helped to give each character their own personalities. The story itself is a straightforward one. You're a band of warriors who are humanity's only hope against monsters. Do you really need more than that? Perhaps, and maybe getting to know more about each of the characters would have made for a more interesting story. Gameplay wise, Redemption Reapers is quite fun once you get going. Players have an access to a wide variety of weapons and abilities, allowing them to tailor their playstyle to their preferences. The game's combat is fast paced and intense, with players constantly on the move to avoid enemy attacks while dealing out their own, and the game's difficulty ramps up quickly, providing a challenge that will keep you engaged for hours. One of the drawbacks I found was not really being able to split up your party members during combat. Keeping them together means pulling off combos, which is good, but with the hordes of enemies that you'll find on some of the maps, it would have been more effective to have your team using their abilities in different areas to take down the enemies quicker. Having each of your party members staying alive is the key to strategy, as grouping up to defeat stronger enemies is usually the only way to victory. Lose one and chances are you won't be strong enough to take down the bosses. Because of this, the game can feel a bit grindy at times. Alongside the story mode, you also have skirmishes, which allows players to revisit previous beaten battles, which change enemy locations slightly each time. This is a way of leveling up players, and you'll probably need to do this often in order to make it through the story campaign. Skirmishes are also helpful if you've missed any chests or collectibles on a particular map. Weapons have a limited amount of uses, after which they lose effectiveness, meaning that you'll end up missing most attacks and you'll need to repair or buy new weapons from the market. The problem with this is that gold is quite hard to come by and nothing is cheap in this game, so resource management becomes very important. There is much to consider. Saying this, however, I would still say that Redemption Reapers is a much more accessible strategy game than most. Redemption Reapers really surprised me. I wasn't sure what it would be like, and even if I would like it, I found myself not being able to put it down. It's an easy game to get into, even if it does become challenging in terms of difficulty and with its resource management. It does have its issues with blurry visuals and repetitive gameplay in places, but I had a lot of fun with Redemption Reapers. It is on the pricier side of things and is available now on the eShop, priced at $44.99 in the UK and $49.99 in the US. If you're on the fence, maybe wait for a sale, but if you're a fan of action games or just looking for a new adventure, I think Redemption Reapers is definitely worth checking out. Maybe you've played it already. What do you think about it? Did you enjoy it? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you for watching this review. If you liked it, please hit the like button as it helps the channel. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and I'll see you next time.
Enough!